Ultimately, the environment, long-term, is going to be fine. It's our experience and the impact that the environment is having on our experience as humans that we're really trying to solve for here.
As mayor of Rio, I would say the most pressing climate challenge we face is making our cities more sustainable and resilient amid growing climate vulnerabilities and a significant financing gap across the global south.
The biggest climate challenge facing the financial system is how we mobilize capital rapidly and at scale, especially in emerging markets and developing economies.
The biggest challenge in the electricity sector right now is connecting clean power plants and large loads to the grid in a way that's faster and more sustainable.
In New York, we're doing everything we can to create a greener, cleaner environment and economy, no matter what the Trump administration might throw at us. Not only have we invested $500 million a year in clean water and resiliency projects, we're building out our clean energy infrastructure at a record speed. Next year, the Champlain-Hudson Power Express will deliver 20% of the state's energy needs, all of it clean hydropower. And New York is leading on offshore wind, with South Fork Wind, the nation's only operational utility-scale offshore wind farm.
Michigan has directed more than $225 million in state and federal investment towards electric and advanced mobility. Everything from electric and autonomous vehicles to aerial and maritime mobility.
Expanding our public transport network through the BRTs and LRV corridors, creating new public parks in heat-prone neighborhoods, adding more than 500,000 square meters of green space to the city, accelerating reforestation programs, stabilizing slopes, and transforming our operations and resilience center into a global benchmark. I plan to swap more of my car trips for bicycle rides. I love cycling, and doing so for Rio's beautiful landscapes makes it even better.
Taking up beekeeping, because I've got a garden with many fruit trees.
Eat less meat, and specifically to eat less red meat.
I'm committing to more carbon-aware computing. So for machine learning tasks that aren't time sensitive, I'm going to work to schedule those heavy compute jobs in hours when the grid is cleaner, like when there's more solar or wind generation on the grid.
One of the most powerful climate solutions that's too often overlooked is the protection and restoration of our forests and fields and open spaces. These natural systems soak up carbon pollution, cool our cities, and help prevent flooding.
Personally, I find the Bahamas Sovereign Climate Securities Program particularly inspiring. It monetizes seagrass beds, one of the planet's most efficient carbon sinks, to fund renewable energy investments.
A next-generation electric grid, particularly in the US. This isn't a topic that's super exciting or sexy to talk about, but to me, it's a foundational enabler of being able to move electrons efficiently from one place to another.
It's high-integrity carbon markets. These markets have the potential to channel hundreds of billions of dollars into high-quality projects, especially in emerging economies that are on the front lines of climate impact.
The investments in the energy transitioning are still going up. The interest is huge. The demand is very clear. And at the same time, we now have the powerful tool of AI, which in industrial AI has a very positive impact.
Solar and wind are now the cheapest sources of energy, and in the first half of this year, renewables generated more electricity than coal for the first time ever. Clean energy is no longer niche. It's a leading economic growth story, with investment now double that of fossil fuels and renewables making up over 90% of new power capacity.
Slowly but surely, we're seeing movement from crisis response to climate readiness. For years, innovation lived mostly in the private sector, but now governments are investing in anticipation, using data, AI, and predictive tools to plan smarter, not just rebuild faster.
My hope lies in the fact that younger generations today have much greater awareness and understanding of the climate crisis and sustainability than ever before. Although more concrete actions and effective public policies are still urgently needed, this growing climate consciousness increases social pressure for change, promotes more sustainable habits, and drives innovation.
Finance can mobilize capital and innovate, but it cannot substitute for government action. We need credible national transition plans and sector-specific roadmaps and clear policy that gives financial institutions the confidence to invest at scale.
It's time to redirect the $1.3 trillion in fossil fuel subsidies into innovation that creates shared prosperity, from clean manufacturing to resilient cities.
Treat cities as essential partners, not secondary actors, in climate governance. Empowering them with financing, technology, and direct participation in international negotiations will be decisive for achieving a just and effective transition.
Since I took office just 4 years ago, once-in-a-century storms have become routine. Communities have been decimated, lives have been lost. Denying or downplaying this reality only delays action on the most existential and defining issues of our time. And time is running short. We must step up and work together to address this crisis immediately.
Ultimately, the environment, long term, is going to be fine. It's our experience and the impact that the environment is having on our experience as humans that we're really trying to solve for here.
The path is getting a lot narrower, but we can still achieve value and protect future generations. But it has to be done together, and it has to really be done by everyone now.